Okay, I swear to God, I'm just going to reiterate because now we're on the podcast. The other day, I woke up, I was thinking about the band Always with 2 V's. Great band. Okay? Always. Yeah. Really, really good band. Fun, great music. Okay. I'm like thinking about them. Okay. Then I like hop into the shower. I did not play them. I didn't say it out loud to anybody. I was just thinking
in your brain.
Okay. Take a shower.
Yeah.
Go into the studio, start working. I took a break and I went on YouTube. And I opened up YouTube and on my fucking recommended was an Always song. And I haven't listened to them. I haven't thought about them in years. I haven't gotten a recommendation about them. What are the fucking chances?
It's really weird. Did you sign up for Neuralink without knowing, and now the government is hacking into your brain? And
no, but I did
thoughts?
take the vaccine.
Yeah. Oh, they got microchips. They got some microchips.
The only thing I could think of is if like somehow you had seen, like you were scrolling YouTube and like a recommended video was like at the bottom and you didn't notice it. Like how? There's no way they could.
It was on my YouTube in the first 8 videos that you open up YouTube and you have the recommended.
Yeah.
It was there.
It was there.
It was there.
Right in front of your face.
Weird.
They knew. They're always watching. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to this week's All Talk.
Welcome to All Talk.
Man, that hits every time.
Tony, Lucas, Becca, and Mark, we are bringing you another exciting installment of this fascinating show that you love so much. The most cursed show on the internet. The sweatiest, stinkiest, sexiest show you can imagine. Let me say some more words with S in them so my syllabus can really shine.
I got the DS are going. You're good.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
worry.
okay. So we're good.
It's just gonna duck. It's gonna be like this.
Oh, okay. It's gonna kind of duck down when it peaks. Okay, I like that. Well, yeah, it's been an exciting time. Exciting week.
And it's a bummer because
Really
it's all
exciting week.
coming to an end. I mean, our careers are over as we know it because rock and roll is officially, it died, and like a phoenix, it rose from the ashes. But once again, it is dead.
It's honestly how to get like a phoenix. It dies once again.
Yeah, the phoenix has gone back down through the fire and the flames.
Back to the ashes.
Expert mode. And, the savior of rock and roll has now once again left rock and roll.
Don't tell me, god dang it.
Yeah. MGK is retiring from rock, and he's going back to hip-hop.
God damn it, dude.
I know.
Becky, what is your preoccupation with MGK? You're obsessed with Machine Gun Kelly. I hear you bring him up all the time.
He's a good topic of conversation. Everyone has an opinion on MGK.
What am I gonna fucking do without Machine Gun Kelly, dude?
No, he'll still be around.
He'll be around.
I wanted this to be a good fucking podcast, dude. Now I'm in a bad fucking mood after you said. I can't believe. I'm so bummed out. We're not gonna have his wonderful music anymore, dude. Wait, he's still gonna be around?
Yeah. Well, he's just doing hip hop now. He's back. He's backpedaled.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. We needed him. There was an empty space in hip hop, a void that was made.
That was left by
when
Machine
he
Gun
stopped
Kelly.
making that. A huge void. People were really missing out on a quality MGK hip hop. Thank goodness we're going back. Oh my God, why'd you scare me like that, man? You didn't have to scare me
Look,
like
I think
that.
Travis Barker will still find work. He seems to still be doing all right.
I saw him on SNL with Young Thug.
Yeah.
He'll just show up wherever a rapper needs a drummer.
I'd love to. I'm sure Travis is a fan.
Oh, fuck that.
He's on his way in a little bit.
Fuck
He
that.
should be here.
You want to...
You're gonna talk. We have him coming on in a sec.
I like
Alright,
Travis Scott. What's his name? Parker? Travis Barker.
I-
That's what his name is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready for the Blink 182 the Kardashian revival of Blink 182 to be over.
Wait, what is the Kardashian?
Well,
because
the thing is, the second he started, maybe I'm being shitty. I don't really know.
be shitty.
I think from what I understand, he started. Dude, I don't know their names. I don't pay attention. I'm sorry. I know Kim. I respect Kim. I respect the Kardashian family.
You don't know Khloe?
Whoever Travis Barker
Kourtney
is either
is
dating or
dating
married to.
Travis.
The second he became affiliated with that person, he kind of got in the system, and then somehow the fact that it changed music is amazing because it really the Kardashians have the kind of power that they literally like changed where music was going
Yeah.
and got like this like pop punk revival, which I like pop punk music. Like someone consider our music to be pop punky at times. And you know, it probably is. I guess I'm just over like the drums specifically of like
I want a new take on it.
yeah, I don't want the same like like it's
Put some real drums on that shit.
like the double kick. I've just never been a fan of that. Like, but then again, there's people who do it that I like it. I guess I just don't. It's like overly. It's this weird place between like hardcore and like pop that doesn't. I feel like the intersection doesn't like really cross.
Yeah,
well
with-
for me.
With any big scene, you're gonna have like some great shit, and you're gonna have a lot of bad shit. To
I
go
like
with it.
Transparent Soul.
Yeah, you have like the shit version of it.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, within any genre, like if a good song's a good song, it's gonna translate. If it was a country song, if it was like a hip hop song, if it was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It doesn't really matter.
Agreed.
I didn't hate like the MGK. I didn't even hate like some of the hits from that album. I never like listened to the first album. But you know, there's some catchy shit in there. Like I appreciate it. It was cool to see that get big again. I remember I was like psyched when like I was like Tilly's is back, baby. You know,
Yeah, we going back to Tilly's.
Tilly's
again.
is back. It reminded me of like my youth a bit. But then it got like it was like, oh my god, everyone is doing this exact same thing.
Yeah.
And then when the second it becomes homogenized, it's like it was like when everybody heard Currents by Tame Impala and was just like,
I can do that.
oh yeah, like yeah.
How much is that Juno going for?
Popping.
I think I'll get it.
Yeah, then every studio you go to is just a Juno and like a short scale bass. And like it was just like, okay, man, this has got to stop.
Well, speaking of the pop punk legends, MCR new song first in like
Oh, I haven't
a
heard
fat
it.
minute.
I thought they came back not too long ago.
I know they were doing reunion shows. I don't think they've had
Oh,
like any
okay,
like
they didn't
new
have, like, releases.
new songs. So
There's
there's a new song out.
Is it?
But-
What do you think? Did you check it out?
I haven't listened. I don't want to. I don't want to like taint the memory. You know, like I'll go back and like listen.
Gotta
Like,
listen.
like
Hey, you don't.
I don't
wanna
know.
tell
It's
me
like
about
like
it.
Black Parade. You know, I'm just gonna be really sad if it was like because like post like when I was like 15 and like my brother like showed me Black Parade. It was like okay, and then like I was around when the Killjoys. What was that album with the spider? With the fabulous Killjoys. Like Danger something.
Yes.
When that dropped and it was like it felt like a progression. It was like colorful and bright. They had all these characters and it was like like you see like where Gerard Way went with like making Umbrella Academy and stuff. Like it was
Yeah.
like it was kind of like a show. But then I don't want to see them go back to like Black Parade. Like I want to see like the natural evolution. Just because like if it's like oh like this is a legendary album, like let's go back to like 10 years later to make more of that. But who knows? Maybe they didn't. I haven't listened. But
Yeah, I feel you. Why bother? Like, we already have that album.
yeah, if I'm getting like the new stuff, then like it might be great. I'd be down to check that out. But I don't want to hear. I'm nervous that it's going to be something like, like a little retro look back.
Right. Especially since.
But I mean, they're great. It might be great either way. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shout out Umbrella Academy. I keep seeing that fucking
Yeah.
thumbnail of the chimp on Netflix. Chimp on Netflix. I hate Netflix. It's the worst streaming service, bro. When they autoplay the fucking movies as you're scrolling through, and it's just fucking loud. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that is a little
I can't
annoying.
stand
yeah.
it. I'm just terrible with it. I hate it.
I do
Pisses
love
me off.
Netflix though. I gotta say.
What are you watching on Netflix?
Recently, like I gotta say, well,
I'm not watching anything on
Ozark.
Netflix.
I watched Ozark
okay,
season
okay,
2.
then, yeah.
The end, and it wasn't like it was like slightly disappointing.
That's what I've heard, but I don't
but-
know anything about the show.
It was good. I mean, it was just too long. It just sometimes I'm
Huh.
like, if they had just like stopped a little bit earlier, it would have been like, this is wow, what a great show. But it went on
Yeah.
like a little bit too long, and it was like, oh, this is just like so predictable. They get into this impossible situation. This is Ozark, okay?
Yeah.
The whole show is like, holy fucking shit!
I gotta
how
do this in
this
this
is
amount of time.
impossible to get out of this, and then
Yeah.
they get out of it, and then it's like, oh my fucking god! But now my brother's in town, and then they get out of it.
We only have this much time to do this thing.
Yeah, and it's like an impossible. And they're like, well, we can't do that. We can't do that. And the cartel's like, make it happen. And then it's like,
don't care.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're like, oh, it's impossible. And then it's possible, it turns out, and they make it happen. Yeah, and it's just high stress and then release. High stress and release. And it's just like one too many times. I was watching the final season.
It's a lot of
like,
clenching.
Again? We're doing this again? Another villain comes in. He dies. An even worse one comes in. They die. An even worse one comes in. It's just like the same fucking thing over and over.
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't like it that much. I didn't. No, but Netflix, you know what? They got like bomb, like deep cuts.
Yeah.
I will say that about Netflix.
Right.
I love that about Netflix. And I feel that way about like HBO as well.
Yeah, I'm watching HBO, dude. I'm watching Our Flag Means Death right now, dude.
Oh, I got to get into it.
Oh, yeah, you got to get into it.
I got to get into it.
It's just like right exactly up my alley. That's all. If you like Flight of the Conchords, that's just great.
Yeah.
It's just fucking hilarious. Yeah, it's great. But shout out.
You know, I went on Disney Plus recently, and I'm just like, I don't know.
I saw a Disney movie last night.
Oh, yeah?
I saw Doctor Strange's Multiverse
Oh, you saw
of
it?
Madness.
How was that?
It was actually, I don't really care. It was pretty cool. It was so ridiculous that it was camp. You know, it's Sam Raimi. Like Evil Dead shit, and it was way more Sam Raimi than I could have imagined for like a Disney. It is about as ridiculous and camp as a Disney movie could go. About 15 minutes in, like just crazy shit happens, and I was like, okay, this is fun. And by the end, like crazy shit is happening that it's like, this is so fucking stupid that it's hilarious. It's very Sam Raimi, and it was good. But at the same time, it was like, it was still like a Marvel Disney movie, so it was still kind of like whatever, who cares? Like those are just, they're so fucking formulaic at this point that they kind of can't escape that. But it was cool. So shout out Disney. And
shout out Sam.
Shout out.
It's just tough, man. You know, because I do see that what Marvel does extremely well, I will say, and you know, I've shit on Marvel a lot on this thing. But I will say what they've done extremely well is like, because they have so much money, they hire these great directors, these great actors, these great cinematographers. They get the best of the best, and these are just really good artists. So then they end up having like genuinely good art in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And like, if that's gonna be like the pop movies, oh, there always needs to be a superhero movie in the theaters. Like, great, that's fine. Like, But it is like, it's that same thing of like modern art has been like sort of like put to death by like the post like art critic world and art collector, because like the rich people became the ones who sort of like define who blows up and who gets attention in the art world. And it's like somehow money and capitalism is like dictating which artists like we remember to be like household names, like Pollock and even like Picasso, who was like undoubtedly, I think, the greatest, one of the greats. But even like Pollock, who's like, you know, you could feel whatever kind of way you want about Jackson Pollock, but like,
I feel a way.
Yeah, I think it's really, I don't, and I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot, uncultured person, but
okay.
I think it's fucking so up your own asshole to think that anybody on this earth is a good enough artist to the point where them just splattering, just stream of consciousness, just completely. Imagine if a musician did that. Like, imagine how that would be received.
Exactly.
But the pretension and money that was in the art world, that still is, makes it so that someone can nail a banana to a wall and that's an art exhibit. Like, that's not good art. That's not good art.
No, I agree with you 100%. In Jackson Pollock, maybe it's not even as much as his shit. It's just like his existence and his success like ruined the modern art world, where everyone was like, okay, well, let's just do that. Because I think back to that one art piece that was like someone just wrote something on like a urinal or whatever.
Yeah.
What was
the
that?
Armut.
Yeah. And that was specifically made because he was just trying to prove that, like, hey, if you just pay Because something about the rule of that art display was like, if you just pay the fee, you can display whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a fuck you to the art world.
It was the ready-mades. He would just take like a shovel and then.
I enjoy that, but it's such a thin line between like, okay, well now this is just bullshit.
Are you appreciating for the art, or are you appreciating like the commentary of like the,
That's it. That's it. Because is it the context or the art itself?
The art itself.
Yeah.
Because like it's fine that like art is moving in this direction forever, right? Like you have, and honestly, rich people have been there from the beginning because there was commissions and shit. And
the funding gives validation.
But the whole thing about art was it was more about the craft and being able to like until like the early like 1900s, it was all about like how good of like your skills. Like Eminem would have been like unbelievable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
how
all
real
about
can you make
how
your apple
shreddy can you
drawing?
be? How your chops are everything, right? It's not about like the underlying thought. And then you have like Matisse and Picasso and the modern art movement that comes in and is like, that's not what art's about. Like we're not doing that. But then like Gertrude Stein and like her family come in and like famously become like the first like art critics and art collectors to change, even to take away that dynamic, because they're the rich people coming in and buying those art pieces and like funding only specific artists who then like it's this chosen few thing, right?
The chosen selected, they're handpicked by the wealthy.
And then you have this beautiful modern art movement, but then abstraction comes in, and it's like it takes the concept of modern art, which is like it can look shitty and mean more, and then it just makes it like. And there's certain abstract artists who are like amazing. I think Jackson Pollock, just being the one that was like chosen by the critics for whatever reason, is so ridiculous to me, because there's like so many. If you actually like just take 5 seconds to dig into like abstract art and that movement that Pollock was like a part of, there's so much better shit in there. But I feel like the artists, like it's such a pretentious thing of like I feel like the way that like fine art has gone is just, it's so beyond a level that any real human could like appreciate, unless you're like, it's just so elitist that it's not even like, how is it a statement on humanity anymore when it's just for that specific cross section of people? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's niche.
Have you seen the shit that's in like the MoMA now, like the Modern Art Museum, like now? It's
no.
Like, literally is as far gone as you can go up your own ass. Like they packed all their shit up and moved to Head and Assville. It is like, but we ripped pages out of a phone book and we displayed that on a glass case. That's it. Like we just took pages out of a phone book and taped them up. Or like we put a bad VHS into a VCR and now it's just displaying static. Like that's the art. Like it's literally shit like that. I found like a really smooth rock. I put that in a display case and that's the art. Like look it up. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like the most nothing.
We need to go on an all talk field trip to the
We
Museum
should.
of Modern Art.
As a vlog. We need to go to the MoMA.
Oh my
and check
god,
shit out.
let's do a
We
vlog.
should
Let's do a vlog.
Absolutely do that and just talk shit on the stuff while we're there. That would be great.
I think
I'm sure
that
people
kind
will
of
appreciate
idea
that.
though is like that's like all art too. You know, like think about all the artists that like if Picasso didn't get like the validation, the funding, then like he probably would have possibly like switched his style up again. You know, like did something like,
it's more of a statement about the system being the way it is, I think, rather I understand why the system works that way. And honestly, like if we got Disney wanted to pay us money to do something, like obviously we would do it.
No,
and that's
for
sad
sure.
to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's frustrating to me. Obviously, as an artist, I'm sure it's frustrating to any artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if look at like, you know, labels will like throw all this money at something and like that can make it blow up. You know?
It necessitates the need, like it necessitates corporate, like taking money from a corporation. That's what our society, like the only place that artists fit in is like when you've been given the green light by some corporation.
Yeah.
Whether it's Spotify, Apple, Disney, like whatever, like you need corporate backing or else you just can't become that. There's a limit to how big you can get. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really weird and dystopian. And it's like these people get to decide. It's not what the people, as much as like we believe. Like it is like, and you know, that's coming from us who have like seen that side of like, we've gotten corporate money. We've gotten corporate like opportunities and stuff. Like I'm not like wagging my finger at any artist who does, like that's the way our system works. And honestly, it's like, is it even the corporation's fault? It's just weird that like the people behind the corporation, like the actual people, like they think they're doing a good thing, and they are doing a good thing, like giving money to artists and stuff. But it's like, it just distorts like what actually is. Have we ever had art that was like made by the people for the people? I don't know if it's ever existed. Because there's gatekeepers. There's just always going to be gatekeepers.
Yeah.
I guess less now than ever, though, which is exciting.
Shit.
I was gonna say more now than ever.
You think?
I know like the internet has kind of like destroyed the gate, you know, and like opened it up to everyone, but
people also can like press a button and like
I also
get
feel
in
like
front of eyes.
now it's like done the opposite, where it's like people are just a drop in the ocean now, and it's like you really got to be selected and pushed up by some corporate entity for whatever reason to like make you stand out.
If you want to be like mainstream, for sure.
Right. But yeah, but you could build your own following. Yeah.
I think it's cool that I think it's cool that things like Patreon exist, or like
yes,
just
totally
NFTs exist.
No,
like
you're right.
all of these new ways that artists are finding to like make a living and just practice your art. Like that is ultimately winning.
Right.
Like the system is not about being famous. It's about like being able to.
Whoa, this one might get us canceled.
That was not on purpose.
No, this is inspirational talk. We're not going to get canceled for this. It's like
I was trying to smooth the tape out.
15-second back button, and you can see Beckett jump as he presses it. Yeah.
Guys, can I read a? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Also, I feel like corporate people usually have the worst taste in art.
I know.
So it's like ironic.
I know, but Disney, like, look at that taste-making team. Like, they've done an excellent job at like making like superhero movies like fine art in a way that like not fine art, but you know, but beautiful art. It's beautifully shot. They always have they have all these different like styles that they explore. Different like the Thor movies are nowhere near the same as the Captain America movies. Like, the vibes are they get these like really amazing directors to come, like legitimately like amazing directors, and everyone's waiting for these opportunities and actors and you know.
I will say for that Thor movie, that the Taika Waititi one, and this fucking Sam Raimi movie, like they were very. They felt like a movie from that director. A little distilled, obviously, because it's for the mass audience. But still, like I could tell if you were a fan of any of their movies or that style, you would absolutely be able to tell. Like, oh yeah, this is like fucking Sam Raimi movie. And I was surprised by that. And so it is cool for that reason, I guess. You know, a lot of people who wouldn't be exposed to that kind of art are now exposed to it.
Yeah, I feel like Sam Raimi's kind of like the godfather of like modern superhero movies, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like those SpiderMan movies were
With
the
that
first
SpiderMan.
like huge blockbuster, like massive, like Spider-Man 2 like had the.
Were they like? I feel like were we just kids when they came out? So we think.
Well, they
that,
broke
or,
like
They were big.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
2
they did
was
break
like
a bunch of records. They
like
were fucking
the
huge.
highest grossing film for like a minute,
Or
or
what about,
like
like,
highest like opening weekend
it
or
was
something.
super huge. Same with
even Batman, like the Tim Burton Batmans weren't that big.
Like big, but like Sam Raimi, like I feel like
Those are also,
that's
like,
when you got like
panned,
Hulk
though.
and you got like all like those other movies. I don't know, maybe like
No, you are right, because they did try to kind of jumpstart
like
a
that
little
was, like,
MCU
the boom.
there off of the Spider-Man movies, where it's like then they get the Hulk movie.
then you get Iron Man.
Yeah,
and
it just didn't quite work. And then Iron Man was like a reset, and that shit was dope. That first movie was awesome.
Well, that's when we're talking different ownership.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's when it's not Sony anymore. But yeah, it was cool. If you like Evil Dead, if you like fucking Army of Darkness, I can't believe I'm saying that, but if you like that, check out Multiverse something.
multiverse.
Check out
of
Doctor
madness
Strange.
and
Yeah.
confusion.
All right, guys, I have a message from our sponsor. I just wanted to plug it in.
Oh,
here.
thank you.
I just
yeah,
wanted to throw in
our
really
sponsor,
quick.
who's been sending us a lot of really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by the Spite Foundation. You know that feeling when you see someone doing well and it just makes you jealous and you need to find some way to bring them down a peg? Why should they get to be so happy when you have to be here all miserable? Here's where the Spite Foundation comes in. As soon as you experience that ugly feeling inside, call 1-800-222-4242. Tell the representative your name, your target's name, and your grievance. They do some online digging, and they actually profile your target to deduce their most potent insecurities. They will then present you with a plan where you can most effectively hurt that other person with the least amount of effort on your part. Talk about bang for your buck. No matter what you can afford, there are options for everyone. Podcast listeners get 20% off their first attack using the discount code I Hate Younger Hunger at checkout. Guys, life is too short to be forgiving. Spread some of your misery to your happiest peers with the Spite Foundation.
And thank you, Spite.
Thank you, Spite.
Honestly, and they've been giving us, and just to give you a little insight into what they've been doing for us this past week, we have all this stuff on Jared Leto now, thanks to Spite Foundation. So we're super happy about everything they've done for us, and we can't wait to share what Leto's been up to this.
And I'm definitely not jealous of Jared Leto's army compound that he owns in LA or
no, I'm not jealous of
his fame.
Dude, I wish that I
success.
could have been the lucky
Success.
winner to spend the night with him.
His hair and
Maybe.
his beard.
Oh, we got to talk about that. We got to talk on Leto Watch this week.
We didn't even talk about Leto's weird. What
We
did he
need
do?
a button that's Leto Watch.
How do we not have a
Leto.
because
Give me
we-
the soundbite.
All right, Lucas.
I don't know. You guys, you need to take the soundbite of him where he talks about making a salad on Ellen. It is just, I don't know why that one popped into my head, but it's terrible. Okay, there's one day we were coming. I'm sorry, this is a side note, but we were gonna pretend to be Jared Leto on the show, and the whole drive up here, I was watching Jared Leto interviews to try to get his voice down, and I ran into this Ellen video of him describing a salad. I don't know why this is so funny to me, but it was so fucking. So if you could find that somewhere and just put that in and use that as our soundboard, maybe you could pull it out.
Yeah,
now.
hold on. Was it Jared Leto on
Ellen?
Make it
Ellen.
So
salad
it was
time.
something like he's like, I like croutons. I remember that.
He got fired from a movie theater for selling weed.
Oh, really?
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe
That's
that
what
at
happened when
all.
you search salad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Happy holidays to everybody. That's what he just did.
Sounds like he's trying to.
It's already getting Oscar buzz. Congratulations on that.
For the audio listeners,
Dude, he is so whack.
we are
Well-
watching Jared Leto on Ellen here.
Have you guys noticed YouTube changed their shit up? With the description box.
I was about to
and the
yell
comment
about
section?
it. Yes. I was about.
How do you feel about it? Because I don't know how I feel about this.
It fucking sucks. It's fucking not good. But this is also a tired thing to say, YouTube changed and it's bad. But now
is
when
tired,
when I
yeah.
go on to fucking certain videos, I can't even see how many fucking views they are under the video. It won't but then sometimes I can. It's so fucking, I don't know.
There's no
dude.
dislikes
It's
now.
so annoying. I mean, the no dislikes thing was this.
It makes
We-
sense.
No, I mean, it makes sense just for corporations, but it was fucking stupid. The only reason they did that shit, who is that protecting other than fucking? I
Well, I
just
feel
don't understand.
you got all these vloggers now, and probably sad if they see that dislike ratio.
But
know?
but they still see it.
They'll see
They
it. It's
still
just other
see
They
people.
see
It
it.
saves
It's
you
just
the
not
saves you the
visible.
public humiliation
Gotcha.
of a Justin Bieber baby situation where
When I was 13,
he that video had more dislikes, insane ratio of more dislikes, just because some
Yeah.
old. Imagine being a middle-aged man and just buying bots to dislike a 12-year-old boy.
just despising the Beebster.
Why did I get when we were kids and we were nah, that's fucking lame.
Yeah, right.
Because we were little kids.
trying to be funny.
We were
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years old and.
but an adult thinking that.
Yeah, I remember there
how
was
do you?
there was so much hate. It was
so weird.
the Beebster, as we refer to him here.
That's what we always call him here. Yeah.
Yeah, peed in a bucket, and then there was we gotta deport Justin Bieber to Canada.
Deport Justin
sign this
Bieber!
petition now.
Sign
how
petition!
fucking ridiculous.
Deport Justin Bieber.
Why don't you fucking leave him alone, man?
Deport Justin Bieber.
He's a child star. It's a really weird, sad life.
They're gonna
Yeah,
build the
peed in the
Death Star.
bucket. That's harmless.
You're gonna build the Death Star. Deport Justin Bieber. Remember that shit. It pisses me off so bad because
And then Obama was like, no.
yeah, they're it reached a certain amount of signatures and they were like, okay, well, now we have to respond, but so we're not gonna build the Death Star, We will, however, increase the amount of signatures needed for us to officially respond. So thank you, everyone. You made it fucking harder for anything to get done in this country. Appreciate it.
Have the cast of Game of Thrones recast for the final season? What did they recast for the final season? What if we deport Justin Bieber? It's like you didn't like the ending of the show. Do you really give it up?
What more do you
wait
need?
for the book to come out? Maybe you'll like it better.
Yeah.
Just chill the fuck out. It's TV.
You can just not like it. You don't have to take further action. There's doesn't need to be this stream.
Here's Dan and Dan's addresses on Twitter. Doxed. Not my fault.
Bro, I've never understood
You're not
that.
the fucking artist. That's so shitty.
It's so fucking annoying.
It's lame as hell.
When people chase down people on Twitter, or video game developers get death threats, or actors who played villains get harassed in public. It's like, hey, asshole, you're not even mad at the right fucking person, you idiot. I don't understand. If you're upset, it's so stupid. It doesn't even make sense.
people are idiots.
It's obviously just an irrational person that would do something like that. But
Well, you know what they say.
Everything
in art is
back at it. We just our recording failed. We lost a lot of shit, but we're here in the middle of a Danny Trejo story, so let's go.
Okay.
Stinks like shit.
Yeah, it sucks. We did miss a lot of you
sucks.
guys. We
It
lost some
it
good
was
content.
it was our
It does
best
suck,
episode.
yeah.
But okay. Anyway, Danny Trejo story. Oh man, we missed the. I don't know if I can do my Aaron impression again. Okay, friend of the show, Aaron.
He was on our show.
APOB, producer, great producer, friend of the show. Check it out. Last episode or 2 episodes ago, or whatever.
episodes ago.
Okay, well, we're by his house, and he goes, and I'm gonna try this one more time. He goes, dude, Danny Trejo's place just moved in across the street. They have a donut shop. It's gonna be so fucking sick. And then I was like, oh my god, I'm hyped up because you're hyped up.
hyped.
We have to fucking go now.
Trejo's, what's it called? Trejo's
Trejo's Donuts. He
That's
has it. He
Okay.
has another store too, right?
I think it's a taco place too.
I've heard
Trejo's-
of this. I've heard
Trejo's
But
I've heard
Tacos.
of
the
this.
pink
Okay,
place
so
is the
Trejo's
donuts.
Tacos, I think, was the first place, and then he expanded into Trejo Donuts. The
Donuts.
guy is a fucking mogul.
He is.
He's
He
an
actually is
entrepreneur.
awesome.
He's a,
So we're
he's really
driving
dope.
by, and I'm like, honestly, I could go for a donut today.
Donut day.
So I'm like, let's hit Trejo's Donuts. And so we roll up, we go in, and I don't remember, did we see him outside when we were driving by? Or did we
think
go
so.
in
I-
and see him? Okay, we saw him when we were, I think we
he was
saw him when
walking
we were,
in or something.
so we're rolling up to go get a donut.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God, is that Danny Trejo? Is he at the place?
Is he actually
Is he at Trejo's Donuts?
Trejo's Donuts?
And so we're like, okay, we gotta go. And then we talked about it in the car. And now I remember we were like, okay, dude, we're gonna go in and we're just gonna get a donut and then we're gonna talk to Danny. And then so we walked in and Aaron was by far the most nervous. He actually was truly starstruck.
Shaken up by
I remember he was just he just shut down. But anyway, we walk into the donut shop and I busted on in. And they were the guy was sorry, man, we're closed for the day, but said it with a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
And I'd look over, and Danny Trejo is smiling at me with the biggest smile I've ever seen. And my heart just melted. I'm like, this is the sweetest guy. And you wouldn't expect it, But he just had the biggest fucking smile on his face. And I was like, oh man, best donuts in town, bro. And he's like, oh, thank you, man. And then
Tony did hit it
kind of
with
had
the
a grizzled voice.
best donuts in town.
No way,
Thank you,
really?
man. He had yeah, and I was like, best donuts in town. I've never been there.
Yeah, this was your
And then
first time.
Aaron was in the background, just and then we walk out. He's like, "Fuck, I should have said something, dude."
Should we go back?
Yeah, and we were like, "We did." Should we go back in? And by the way, they had tons of donuts. They closed it down because they were doing some fucking documentary.
Yeah,
I felt like we
'cause
could
he
have
was
gotten
there.
some. I know, I could have gotten free donuts out of this. This is right up my alley.
Yeah, you
something
could've-
I could do.
You could weave that for sure.
He was
into a
smiling
free
at me
donut.
so big, I would have been like, Mr. Trejo, we need some donuts. We're having we fiending for some sugar right now. Please,
Yeah,
bless us with your beautiful donuts.
favorite
There's no
donuts.
way he'd say no. There's no way.
You
And
know,
I
not
we
with a
always just
smile
could have.
like that.
vibe was so good
It
in
was
there.
really
It was the
positive.
best vibe I've been in a minute.
Wow.
We could have hypnotized
Wow.
him. Mr. Trejo is susceptible to a little hypnosis from time to time, I've heard.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, speaking
us
of
more.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Marilyn, not Marilyn Manson, Charles Manson.
Two very different people.
Controversial. Both controversial.
controversial.
But
Yeah, I mean,
Both
all right,
infamous.
yeah,
One a
both,
little more
both
than the other.
infamous. Yeah.
Yeah.
apparently Danny Trejo went to prison, and he was hypnotized by Charles Manson. And he was like in like
No way.
What?
yeah, in in return for like my safety, like I will like hypnotize you to make you feel like you're on heroin. And apparently he went through with it. Danny said sure, and he said it felt like he was on heroin. So maybe we could convince him to get the donut.
Oh my God, you're not fucking kidding.
It's true. It's true.
I'm reading about it. Future cult leader Manson, who died in 2017, told Trejo during their time together inside LA County Jail in 1961 that he, quote, had hypnotic powers and could get us high, wrote the 77-year-old Machete. Dude, Danny Trejo's 77 years old.
Wait,
he looks
what?
incredible.
Yeah, he's
what
killing
the
it.
fuck?
What?
He
It's
looked,
those donuts.
He looked so good. What the fuck?
This
Okay.
man is almost 80?
Manson, whose followers would go on to murder several. Manson, whose followers would go on to murder several people, including the star Sharon Tate in 1969, was greasy, quote, greasy, dirty, scrawny, and so poor he didn't have a belt. Instead, he used a piece of string to keep his pants up.
Sounds like
Remember
us.
Trejo.
He goes, sounds like the LA artist lifestyle.
Yeah, that's before it became cool at Tilly's. I remember, I had at Tilly's bought when I was in 7th grade. I remember I was so psyched because like every semester school would start, my parents would be like, okay, one new pair of pants, one new shirt, and one new
clothes for the
shoes.
semester.
One new pair of shoes. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So I had gone into Tilly's. I think it was like,
The back to school scale.
it might have been like freshman year of high school. And I was like about to start high school. And I was like, I got those shoestring. And I got a hat that year too, I remember. And I wore it to school every day. My sister was like, take off the hat. Because she was at school with me at that point. But anyway, I had the shoestring belt. And it's weird how that was like and it wasn't the sagging pants was like a prison thing too.
Yeah.
Both fads.
Also a prison thing.
Weird.
Is that? Yeah.
Kind
I don't know
of
what that is.
like weird that's Tilly's, right? I mean, like,
Well, it was like the skaters had adopted it. Don't know at what point. But
oh, it's a skater
for
thing.
the
It was,
shoe- the
it was
shoelace
kind of a
thing, at
skater
least.
thing. Before that, I remember it was the car seat belt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, had one of those.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I
Everyone
thought
had-
I was the fucking illest motherfucker because I
I
had
clouded
the-
when you had one of those.
I was just like, I love the checkered even more than
Yeah,
the
the
belt thing
checkered.
itself.
Yeah, they
I
always
was
had like the patterns on the actual belt. Yes, the checkered. Then you'd get like a Ford logo on the actual belt.
yeah.
Yeah,
Classic.
dude, represent, dude. Now, that was a interesting look.
I thought I looked like Yugi Moto from Yugi.
Did he have a sort of belt buckle like that?
He had like he had like a it didn't look like that, but like he had the way his belt would clip in, and I liked that my belt could also clip in.
I know what you're talking
I was
about.
14.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
way too old to be like
fucking
you know.
around with
Yeah.
wanting to cosplay. As
I
a-
thought it was
Yeah.
no, not cosplay. Cosplay's sick, but like I was too old to be like Yu-Gi-Oh was my. Yeah. I stand by
too
that.
old. Like yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh's not a real like. Yeah, I still fuck with Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Me and
Yu-Gi-Oh's
unnamed
fire.
roommate used to watch all the time together.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's fire. Cosplaying's fire too. Don't get me
Cosplaying is fire.
don't get me wrong. Okay.
So is the water late?
What are you saying?
What?
No, I just.
Oh, Leto watch. It says Leto.
Oh, Leto watch. From here, it looked like late water, and it was like an angry face.
My God.
I thought it's like, oh, I'm thirsty right now.
Love that word, idiot.
No, that's
Beckett, are
embarrassing.
you fucking humiliated?
Oh my
by what
God,
just
Beckett,
happened?
that's
Hold
so
on, can we
fucking
pause and just talk
This
about
is
how
the internet.
embarrassing that
It's
was?
Okay, we got this on camera. Let's rewind one more time.
Stupid.
Have you seen the video of those two guys like making fake submissions for America's Funniest Home Videos? This is like one of my favorite YouTube videos. There's no way I'm gonna be able to explain it.
I'm
But
trying to go there. With
They're
you.
just filming a guy who has like a cup of water and he like accidentally films it and he's just like, "Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Did you get that on camera? Oh, dude, stop. Stop. That is crazy."
That's annoying. It
Yeah,
sounds
you got to
annoying.
look it up. But it's funny. Okay, I promise.
Man, America's Funniest Home Videos. That was.
Danny
Back in the
Trejo.
day.
Ain't nothing funnier than that.
I can't believe Danny was in prison with Charles Manson.
Yeah.
He's that. I can't believe Charles Manson only died in 2017.
Dude, he was in prison forever. He had a swastika tattooed into his like forehead. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
was
it,
that
it
carved?
started as a inverted cross, and then when he got into prison, he turned it into a. He was like, I could edit this.
Dude, like, I don't get how a hippie, like the line between ultra liberal and ultra conservative is so thin. You know, and that's a perfect example.
That is insane.
The extremes, you know, it's like the beaker thing where like if it goes over a little bit, it will just go all the way around. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're
Wow.
all the way at the
Yeah,
extreme,
yeah.
Beautiful
like,
visual.
Yeah.
Beautiful visual.
you'll be on either side.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same fucking person. He's the perfect example of that, huh? He's the perfect example of that.
That's right.
Like he was a man, like
But I mean, his folk
hippie
music though.
musician turned into like fucking neo-Nazi. That's insane. How do you go from like, oh man, the Beatles, man, to then murdering people
To killing people.
and putting a swastika on your head?
I mean, if they didn't put Piggy on the White Album, who knows what would have happened?
Dude, fuck me up, dude. When I heard Piggies.
Wait, was Piggy's the one? I thought it was Helter Skelter that like drove him crazy or whatever.
Oh, I think it was Helter Skelter. They wrote
Dude.
Helter Skelter on the
You're right,
wall,
it was-
but they were
How
like
could-
saying they also like would wrote like Piggy.
Oh,
But-
was that because of the song?
But like I
that.
don't know if Piggy's was because of that, but Helter Skelter was
Whoa,
like the
dude, that
like-
sucks for the Beatles. Could you imagine like
that's crazy. That's
putting out a
some-
song and then like I don't know. I've seen like fucking whack interpretations of Dead Inside like in the comments or something, and it's bummed me out for sure.
So you,
But not to the nearly. I mean, I could only imagine like
yeah.
the degree that the Beatles like, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
It's
That's
almost like
so
if you
heavy.
if you put something out that's like big enough, it's gonna like there's gonna be something associated that's like bad with it. You know, like any tragedy, like because it's so big in like culture,
Right.
like you know, like it's gonna have like terrible things are gonna if you have like a huge like album or song or a huge group, like terrible things are gonna happen like while your shit's playing. You know, like it's gonna
Yeah, but to be
like
like
direct
this,
influence.
This
So that's
told me
yeah,
to do this.
Fucking Catcher in the Rye shit.
Oh my god,
yeah.
that's so heavy. Like if I found out someone like God forbid like killed someone because they were like Younger Hunger told me to,
They said make a lot
I
of money.
I think
I'm not the second best anymore. Want to see me smile? Or you want to see this straight face?
I don't have a straight face right now.
I'm not a narcissist. What are you?
Dude, that would crush me.
Charlie told me to do it.
Mr. Kaufman himself.
I'm gonna drown you in the Elmer's glue.
That would be the and this is not funny, but if it would be funny if it would be ironic if Elmer was the one of all the songs, if Elmer was the one to
put someone over the edge.
that
I
was
on
the straw
vacation,
that broke the
and
camel's
I heard
back.
Tony whispering to me in a dream.
Yeah, that's easily our whack his song. Easily.
Loving you's like crystal meth.
So I did a bunch of math.
Oh man.
Man, what's like the how about that Death Grips Marilyn Manson Charles Manson collab?
Wait, what?
I don't
The
even know that.
Ex-military. It's got all the
Does that have Charles Manson?
it's got all
samples?
those like Charles Manson samples.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what those are? Which ones?
The
Is it
like
the
the
first
the,
one?
the talking ones. One's like the interview.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys seen Harold and Kumar 3? Which is the one and only Danny
The Christmas
Trejo.
one. Is that the
I saw
Christmas
the
White
one?
Castle
Yeah,
one.
Danny
I have.
Trejo is in that movie and he's fucking great. He's so
don't
good in
remember
that.
him
God, I
in that.
love Danny Trejo. I'm just realizing that now.
About his character in Breaking Bad, he's like the kingpin who's a narc, and he wants to like.
Wait, he's in Breaking Bad?
Yeah, he plays
remember that.
Tortuga, and he's like the snitch. He's like a cartel kingpin, but he's a snitch for the DEA.
Oh yeah, look, I found
and
it
he's
online.
like super into what's it called, like Air Mall. What's that? What's Sky Mall? That's like his character's nit. He just wants like everything in Sky Mall.
I love
He's
that.
fucking funny, dude. He's great.
I love that. That's such a good like character.
Little character, yeah, thing. He's
Quirk.
just like flipping through Sky Mall like constantly. Yeah, no, he's great, dude.
The Sky Mall has, you know, like ripped off some of my ideas a few times. I'm convinced.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever like go on a plane? You're like you're a kid and you have this genius idea.
Yeah.
You go on Sky Mall.
I want a 12-foot plastic Sasquatch I could put in my front lawn.
I want the underwater
Oh,
hand
Sky Mall.
vacuum.
Yeah.
I feel like in my family, Sky Mall just always started an argument because my dad would be like, "We got to get the zombie."
they had the weird Halloween.
Yeah,
They always
and then my
have
mom
the-
would be like, "Mike, we're not getting the zombie." It would always be like, "Oh."
They always have a my size something, like a life size, like Darth Vader or like a
Yeah,
life
now they got like
size,
the 18-foot skeletons too. It's
Yeah,
it's a
what was
movement.
that?
By the way,
weren't we were at
we
like
were at the
Home
Home
Depot.
Depot.
They just sell them at Home Depot.
and they have
they ate like
fucking
they're like
massive
12 feet tall.
they're so huge.
yeah, it
It's
is
pretty
pretty
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, I was I was reading an article that was there's been a movement with these 18-foot skeletons, and like it's become this thing where
what is
like
the movement?
like people are buying these giant skeletons, but now people like they've gotten the biggest sizes, so people are making their own. And like this guy went as far as he built like it's so big he constructed like his house is like the hands of a skeleton enwrap his house.
Whoa.
And like he has like the head peeking out. It's like it's massive. Like he
I know what
lives
you're
in this
talking
giant
about.
skeleton now.
That's like an Elden Ring boss right there, dude.
That's
Yeah, that sounds fucking awesome, dude.
Oh man.
Although at the same time, it's like fucking you have too much free time. I just feel like chill the fuck out.
How
There's
long's
gotta
not
be
that
something.
long?
I was
It's one
gonna
day.
say
There's
it's
gotta
like
be something you could
it's like,
do
bro,
better
you
for society.
you know what?
If that's your thing,
I'm not trying to kink shame.
No. Of course, if that's your thing and you have fun with
I
it,
don't
then
know.
Do it.
Sometimes I do wonder though. I feel you. It's like this is just.
I mean, we
You know,
all
it's
got
sad, man.
our
I don't know
kinks.
why
Yeah.
like adulthood, like most people don't even get the opportunity to be creative. As like there's no like real extracurriculars in adulthood, and it's so weird.
Yeah.
And like look, I feel very blessed to be in a position where like, you know, we get to be creative all the time, and as we get to be as creative as we want.
Right.
And like that is a blessing. It sometimes feels like frustrating because it's like you have to just keep building something. You have to just come up with shit, and that can get really overwhelming sometimes. But you know what? Like if you stand back and think about it, it's like such a blessing that we get to like express ourselves at all. And like, because when you're a kid, like if you're constantly given the opportunity to, first of all, you're like, man, I was thinking about like we live across the street from like a middle school, okay, and like they have like PE. And it looks like the most fun I could even imagine having, and they have it every day. They like blast this like music so
Tayo
fucking loud.
Cruz, like Dynamite.
It ruins my recordings, and I'm just like, oh, I'm looking out the window at these kids, and they're having so much fun. They're with all of their best friends and their worst enemies, and they're like, fuck that guy,
Yeah,
and they're all talking shit, and they're running around. They got the fucking they got the serotonin going, they got the endorphins. You know, they're running around and they're just like playing like flag capture the flag
the
and
flag.
shit. And it's like you guys are like, I couldn't imagine getting a group of adults together even once a month to do anything.
Like, capture the flag.
You're doing like
just
street
like-
hockey.
It looks like so much fucking fun. And I remember doing shit like that when I was in middle school too. And I'm like, there's no wonder most adults are depressed, man. Like most adults I talk to are just fucking sad. It's just like, well, look what you don't get anything even like
It's
that the rest of your
impossible
life.
to get a consistent group of adults together just for like one day a week. Like it is not.
It's shit. I'm like,
not
why?
possible
I
thing.
often wonder, I can't get a group of my friends to just go to a bar every Friday night with me. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to just have like a group that just, you know, and that's nothing. You just sit around and drink. These kids are running around and like they're having the time of their fucking lives. It's like they're playing, like they have like missions, and it's like the greatest video game ever.
3 p.m. They're buying that lemonade on the corner with the.
Yeah, they have like food trucks. I'll tell you. Oh, this is real.
Tony can do this
All right,
justice.
there's a little dude. There's this fucking food cart that comes every single day when the kids are out of school. They're getting out of school. There's this food cart that and it'll stay all day whether they're in school or not. Actually,
Yeah.
and they have this horn that goes baka 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 baka.
I know this.
Yeah, man. And I listen to this. I hear it all day long, as if that's getting kids to buy more lemonade.
Is it?
I
like
don't get it.
Okay, it's lemonade. Because when I used to live like when I was in high school, at my dad's house there was a shaved ice elote.
They have the
lady.
shaved ice.
Yeah,
sometimes,
okay.
too.
There's shaved ice and elote, which is like the I
corn,
think that's what it
yeah.
is. Yeah, the corn with the butter and stuff on it.
Oh, fuck me up. That shit's
Yeah, that
good.
shit.
Street corn.
Woo! Yeah, I can't. That's too much for me. But it is good. But I can never like go too deep in.
No, you're gonna throw
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
sure,
It's a
for
little
sure.
too much, but it is so good. And that was all. It was the exact same horn. I'd be pressed to. Hey, it might even be the same lady who made it all the way out here from Garden Grove.
Bro,
So
it's
you might just make
it's
her
a
rounds.
lot. And I'm just like I'm trying to record music in here. And if I open my window, I'm just fucked.
It's so fucking the clown horn.
I'm
dude.
like, how is this selling more lemonade? I don't understand.
It's like
Well-
you came here every day the last year. Like we know you're
Well,
here.
I guess the question also
No,
it extends to like how does
works.
like Beethoven sell more ice cream? You know, like shitty 8-bit like over the like they play like
Yeah,
Claire
it's
de
like-
Lune.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
all
not so
these
much
different
the
songs.
song is. It's not people are like, oh, I love fucking Jupiter, bringer of jollity. Let me go out and check out.
yeah,
it's the royalty
yeah.
free music.
Yeah,
'cause it's just
no,
in the
it's
public
just that,
domain
like,
now.
it's
Beethoven
basically
just
8-bit.
I like I'm triggered every time I hear an 8-bit version of Beethoven. I'm like I need a soft serve.
Yeah, it's more just like, oh, I hear that tune, so now I know the ice cream is nearby. Like when we would hear that honk, it wasn't like the honk drew. It was just the fact that was
Sure,
like her
no, of course.
warning everyone that, hey, I'm in this block now.
I guess it's just like there's no shadow of a doubt that you're here because you've been doing it for the last 8 hours,
Right.
and it's driving me up the fucking
But
wall.
you wouldn't know to come outside if they didn't play the song.
But when I was a kid, the ice cream truck, it was like you hear the song, you're like, wait. Oh my god!
Yeah.
What fuck? Mom! Whoa! It was like, get the fuck
Get the wall, get your
And
wallet.
I'm just like scrambling. It was a struggle because within the fucking like minute and a half that it's going around my cul-de-sac, I'm like, hurry! I'm like, Mom, please! I had to convince my mom. I had to find my
Yeah,
mom.
yeah, you
I had
had
to
1
convince
minute.
her to give me money. It only worked like 25% of the time.
Yeah, because they didn't post up. It was exclusive.
No,
You had to,
yeah.
it was
get there
like
at
you
the
got
right
to
time.
get there, then drive slow,
So what
but you
you're
got to
saying
get
is-
all the shit together, and you got to run after the truck. You got to alert the truck.
Yeah. So what you're saying is now they post up and they're
These
just banging
fucking
the
kids,
song.
man.
Yeah,
they got
get
it way too easy.
easy.
They have it way too easy.
Yeah, come on. I mean, they're already getting ice cream. They're getting a sugary delight. At least make them run for it. You get some fucking burn some ATP energy.
I gotta say, it is really fucking sick though. I haven't done it because unfortunately I'm vegan. But you know, like, if I was at any other point in my life where I wasn't, when I was eating ice cream,
yeah.
dude, I would be at that soft serve thing every single day. It's delivered to your fucking doorstep,
right
man.
there.
But the
right
shaved
there
ice,
to you.
know, we can indulge.